Hello, hello. Just setting up. Got a nice cup of water with me. I'm feeling pretty good today. It's the 1st of December, so another month down. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty happy, which is really nice. A lot of things have happened this month, which have put me in a good mood. Let's see how long that'll last. I hope I'm coming in clear. I haven't tampered with any settings or anything, so I'm sure I am. I am gonna maybe lower this volume of the music slightly, just so I come in a bit more clearer. Well, let's switch to my main screen anyway. So it's another day in Blender. Yay! Another day in Blender. I mean, every day is in Blender. It's probably the most used program, even though we're trying to focus on Unreal Engine, but we're only bringing things in to Unreal Engine. Most of the work is taking place outside of Unreal Engine. And I need to disable my notifications before we start, so I don't see any pop-ups from... I'll have to watch that later. Sorry, my brother sent me a clip. I've just looked at it. Yeah, it just seems like everyone wants to message me this morning. I have to go silent. Anyway, so where did we leave off? So we're going to open up our scene again, our nice church scene. Last time we were doing the organ, and I finished it off stream. Look at that, yay! So we were using trim sheets for this one. Probably not the best way of doing it. What I did with the so the main wood structure of this is just this square on the sheet, and then you've got the metal pipes here with all its junk there, and then you've got the trims of the cornices and the arch at the top. So we built those pieces separately, which I think I can show quickly in our Blender scene. It's so disorganized. I'm sorry. I'm just a mess, but I mean, it's only for me and nobody else. You would think, anyway. It's still a mess. I have no idea where I put all that stuff. Oh, it's here. Organ tubes. I keep calling it different things. Pipes, tubes, whatever. So it's just these pieces. I don't know if I can separate them out. I think I've put them in a separate bit with this substance. Yeah. So put the wireframe on. So you've got a flat plane for just the wood. And then we've got the pipes, which are made up of two sections, which for some reason they're all welded together, but whatever. So you've got the top and the bottom, and then you've got these two trims as well. It allows us to to tile these pieces as long as we want. So when we make the organ, we can tile the pieces across and this and that, and the textures aren't loading correctly. I really need a new graphics card, or I need to optimize this scene a bit better. But you get the idea. But it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I did another trick on it because I didn't like the way it looked in the end. It was looking pretty plain. So what I did is, it looked really plain, so I added these, they're called, there's a term for it, I think it's called bolection molding. It's what you see on like classical wood panels or doors or something. So I took a cross section of one of those and mapped it to our square piece and just weighted normaled it around. And to get like the slight abrasions and scratches, and then there's also slight dirt in the occluded parts, I've used our shader that allows that, so I can add our base material, which is of the materials that I painted in Substance, which is like the wood, the metal, and everything else. And then from there we put this base wood, which is just basically just a wood. And then we used a mask, which I generated on the second UV channel that controls where this will be. So I believe the red channel is the damage. So anywhere where it's white, you'll see this material. And wherever it's black, you'll see the base material. So it just gives us just those little edge scratches and things. And I normally use this on like all our building pieces, but it just looks so boring. I just wanted to add a little bit of flair to it. And then the green channel is showing the dirt, which you can tweak. You can lower the values of it. So I could raise it if I wanted to. So I could go here, and then I can change the intensity of it, or change the contrast, or how rough it is. There's all sorts of controls. But yeah, that's dirt as well. And then I think blue is just ambient occlusion. And I'm not sure if ambient occlusion really does much if you do it in a material. I think it adds just like a little bit of as a word. It adds a bit of I think it does anyway. And then there's nothing in the alpha because, well, you don't need anything. But yeah, that's how I did it. That's how I made it look the way it does look. Textures are kind of loading in and out on my scene at the moment. I think this scene is quite heavy right now, and my GPU's not keeping up. I think there was something else I noticed which has brightened up this whole room, was the trees outside. They had nanite disabled, so it wasn't picking up for some reason it wasn't picking it up in the GI. But now that I've enabled it, it's picking up in the GI, and it's just made this room brighter. Because before they like display as black inside our reflection, and now they don't display as black. So yeah, just something I noticed, something I fixed quickly. But it has kind of transformed the look of this room, and I don't know if I like it so much. So I might have to tweak like the exposure values and stuff, but and just see how we go with that. But yeah, I think today we're gonna make the lectern, which is something I was planning on doing. And I have my. Do I have? Don't need. Yeah. Okay. I did start a there's nothing in here, but I did start something. So there needs to be, there's a lectern that goes here, and I have a reference for it, which is this. I don't think I'm gonna put all the stuff on it like this, but we're gonna build like the main structure of it. And the unfortunate thing is I don't have what it looks like on the other side, so I might have to use my imagination a little bit. And this is quite a difficult piece to make because it has a swooping curve like that. So I'm trying to think how I want to do it. I'll probably make like a cylinder and then extract curves from the cylinder and use those as... yeah, something like that. We'll figure it out. But first I want to know how big it is. And probably the best way to do that, since it's sitting on the stage just here, is to get this model into Blender first. So let's do that. And I wonder if I can just take it from where I exported it earlier. And this was so long ago, I have to remember. I wonder if I just open up one of our architecture Blender files, which will have all the building pieces in it. I think it's part of that. It's a big file. This is like a gigabyte. A Blender file that's a gigabyte. Yeah, it's there. How do I want to take it? Let's just copy it straight through. And then we just want the stage. So I want all you. Just want all that, really, don't I? And the rest of it can get lost. Objects, just put it in the middle. Put it on 0. Okay. Okay. Let's put it about there. I think there's a couple things that aren't enabled in this. Yeah, we want to turn on backface culling so we can see where everything's facing. Okay. So that's good. We've got that. I need to kind of work out how high it needs to be. This is a good base, though. We can see our curve and we can build it off of that. I can't even remember how I built this. It must have been on a curve. We'll figure it out. I'll remember it. Alright, we want to see how high this probably is. I don't have exact measurements, but you can imagine like where on our little character here it would be if someone was standing in front of it. Excuse me a second. Okay. So if we get just a box. He's making his little speech. I say something, you know, that's kind of close, like a meter high. I don't think it needs to be higher than a meter. But there is this, like, piece on top of it. Should probably come up to, like, here? Something like that. Okay, so like say like 32 centimeters for the top, and then this is a meter. So what we'll do is we'll take these measurements, put it in, we'll block out the mesh, and then we'll take it back into Unreal in an unfinished state. And we'll just see how it fits and go from there. I always try to bring stuff back and forth so I know that I've got the correct scale. Okay, so we want, I guess we want the main structure, which is like a cylinder. Oh, this is gonna be, we want it to fit. So we want it 1 meter tall. I think we should put 64 on this, just to beef it out. So about that. Let's put it 8. So I think it's about that. Should move this stage so it's a bit more central to the circle. Okay. And we want a vertex snap on there. Right, it's sort of just cut in half, and then there's another circle cut out of it, which would probably do with a Boolean. I think, anyway. So we want to cut it down the middle. Might not even need the bottom, actually, but we'll keep it for now. Let's cut it in half. Something like that. It's gonna be quite hard to get, like, it's like a funny shape, isn't it? We'll just keep going. We'll just figure it out. Let's put that face back. I wonder if I want to cut it out first. I wonder if we could just do it with an insert, actually, instead of a Boolean, because I don't really like Booleans. Deep insert. Oops. My bad, I accidentally did that. It might be easier with a Boolean though, because this is just messy. Save it without. Let's try it this way, and if it fails, we'll try a different approach. And I'm just going to sort of guess like what this looks like how far down it comes. That's all I can do really without actual measurements. It's only like look at these pictures and sort of like judge. It's so much better when you actually have, I've said this before, it's so much better when you have like exact measurements or blueprints or side views that are exactly in perspective. When you have something like this, it just becomes like a little bit of a guessing game. Or you're like comparing them to other objects or something along those lines. Right, let's clean this. This is probably going to come... Ooh. Are we on? Yeah, we are. Let's put these down here. We kind of need to slice out all this. I just don't know how it's exactly connected. I might do a mirror in the middle so we have the same at the bottom, and only have to do it on one side. So Z the other way. There we go. Need these cut lines here too. Oh, it does not want to play with me today, does it? Yeah, it's a bit odd. I don't know. It's doing something there. Because I think this point is just like, yeah, there's something there. Can get rid of that. Right, let's try cutting it now. Just fair warning, it is my laundry day. So I have my washing machine going at the moment. So I might have to just dip out just to hang up the clothes and put the next load on. I can hear it whirling. Cool, we've got that cut. Is it as deep as I want it though? Is the good question. I say so. I don't know. Because looking at this, I guess the rest of it comes with this square. So it kind of comes out. And then the square bit comes here. It's so hard to judge. So maybe we should put those out too. So maybe we mirror it. Is it Y? No, it's X. So we can build out this as well. We'll try and make it as close as possible to our reference. Let's have a look at the front again. So let's bring it out a bit like that. It's quite a chunky piece of furniture. And it seems like the top of it extrudes past this. And then also the base as well. So maybe we have to like shrink it slightly. Oh, this is so... So we make like a gap about that much so we can have this as our main structure. And then the rest of it comes on it. So maybe I'll do it by... This is going to be fun. Maybe a bit more than that. Say to about here. Bit more. About there. And then we'll put a table on. Put a tabletop on top of it. Gosh. You could sort of just hear me think. But you have to. This is like very important. Once you get like the shape all correct, then everything just falls into place so easily. And it will make your life easier as well. When you come to do everything. So it's almost do like the same here. Maybe let's beef out this back a bit more. Only slightly though. Then we want to cut all this excess away. Is it an easier way? Nah, let's just do it by hand. I only have to do half. And we can bring that back as well. This will work. Okay, let's maybe make it. Let's see the front again. We make this a little bit that way. Oh, turn off that. Looks like there's like a interesting. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe we just collapse this mirror and make a new mirror. So that might be the reason why it was acting a little weird there. No, it's not. It's just being weird. Interesting. We'll just weld it. Put it out. Put it like that. Cool. Not bad. So maybe we should take this into Unreal Engine. Then we can sort of see if it's the correct height. It'll probably gain more height. Yeah, it's going to gain more height. So we need to take off. Can't go any higher than this. I have to lower it to put the tabletop on top. We can do that after. So maybe just get it in. Have a look. So it's called export. Let's keep it the name we want to finish it with. It's like SM lectern. Save that. Where are we? There you are. So we can get rid of our blocks. We can go to the content browser. We need to go to our meshes. We need to make a new folder. Is it going to let me? Just add it up here. Call it lectern. Then no, not that. Folder. This folder. Lectern export. Now we just drag it into Unreal. Just import it, whatever. It's only our crappy mesh. And we just want to put it where it lives. Obviously the pivot is not correct at the moment. But we'll sort that out once we're closer to finishing. We want it sat like here. Yeah. It's not it's not too bad. Is what it is. Looks pretty okay. Quite happy with its size. Just a lot of like checking things is just spinning around everything. And just looking at it in different angles and see if it feels right. I think it feels right. Probably should move this disco ball out of the way. It's not bad. I think it's that bad. Okay. Where are we? Blender. Just bear with me a second. Okay. Let me just stretch. I think we should start with the tabletop, which is essentially the same thing. So we'll tell you what we'll do. Copy the whole mesh. And put it on top. Let's get rid of the center line. And shrink it down. Oh, it's weird. Must not be welded. Let's shrink it down. Something like that. I think that's kind of the thickness of the overall top. Then we can probably select all the edges. And do like an extrusion. We'll select the edge of everything, all the edge faces. So I want all these middle faces here. And then we want to extrude it by normals. Just beef it out as much as we need it. It's a bit more than that, isn't it? I think it almost comes like flush with like the front here. Just something like that. And we want to do even, so offset even, so it's all, because if you don't, it's like, what a mess. Let's do it even. Not bad. Then we need, there's like another bit on top of that, which goes out even further, just by a tad. Just a little bit. So maybe we extrude it upwards like that. And then we do the same technique, select the middle. And then we extract, extrude along face normals. Oh, this is where it gets a bit. Okay, there's something going on here which we need to fix before. Yeah, there's some weirdness going on there. Let's clean up this mesh first. So we want to do. We only want to do it by half because it's symmetrical. We want to get inside here. It appears to be like some sort of faces here that aren't agreeing with each other. So I'm going to grab them and get rid of them, and then we're going to weld up the verts that are closest to them. I wonder if it needs to go rather than set this to here. Yeah, let's make sure this is super clean before we move on. Yeah, because there's some weirdness going on this one too, so I have to fix that as well. This is the part where I say to everybody that 3D modeling is like knitting a jumper and just moving all the verts around, stitching them together until it makes something that actually resembles an object in real life. Nice little cozy jumper. Okay, I think we should get rid of a lot of these inside lines that just shouldn't exist. It was only existing because I extruded it out from them, so it just kept, you know, these lines here. So, but we don't need them anymore. So we should be able to just dissolve them. Okay, and then there's some here. I think that's straight like that, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think we need any of this either. So we can collapse. I wonder if I should keep that. I tell you what. Get rid of the bottom as well. Should keep some of the quads, so it makes it easier later on. So we can move this line to here, and then we can get rid of this square here, so we can get rid of these. Instead of like triangulating it down this way, keep it as a quad, because it can help when you need to do like a higher res version of this. It's a lot easier to work with quads and triangles when you're doing like high poly. So I try to keep everything as I don't know the term for it. Quadified. Try to keep as many quads as possible. That's looking alright. I think we should fix the one below it before moving on. I think that'll be a wise idea. So let's just quickly clean this up in similar fashion. Down here. Okay. We want to get rid of this cut line here as well. We'll just make sure everything's welded, which it is. And that. We can also get rid of the center line. Okay, that's looking good. And we got our top. And we have to put a top on the top. In the same similar technique, but just not as thick. Then I think we need to lower the main bit to accommodate for the height of the new bit. That makes sense. We'll get to it. It'll come clear. Okay. So say something like that. That's how it goes. I'm going to extrude those again. Not by much though. It's kind of like that. Again, we'll do the even offset. Okay, so there's just this corner that we have to clean up, which is pretty easy, or it should be easy. We only want to do it on one side, so we'll put our mirror modifier back. Just have to merge that, stitch them. I'm sort of forced to have a triangle here now because of this. But that's fine. We'll just keep it. But on the top here, we can get rid of all this. Should be able to. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just weld that to there. No, we won't. We won't do that. We think. I think we'll leave that. There's a horrible end on there, but we'll deal with it when we need to deal with it. But let's leave it for now, just in case. It's crazy how far this kind of sticks out. But hey, that's how it is. I'm not sure about this cut here now. I feel like that needs to be wider. Which makes me feel like I wish I went with the Boolean. Yet here we are. Because like it extrudes out this way, but I don't think it goes out so much this way. I think this one's like more... I'm doing like hand gestures that you can't see, which is kind of funny. So I'm thinking how we can do that without... It's kind of an odd shape. wonder if we just like use the scale tool. Like we select all these edges and just use scale. If that's gonna look neat or not. I'm not really happy with that. Should be to there. Same with this, I think. Oops. Yeah. So I wonder if we should collapse this first, then do it. There's a lot of pondering when you start a new mesh. When you start a new prop, I'm just constantly questioning myself, like, if this is the right way to do it, because you just sort of just go for it. Just sort of attacking it and just thinking like how we can do it, how we can make it look how it's supposed to look, and I think we should just keep going. Make it all come into place and look just fine in the end. We need to add, like, I don't know which one we want to start on first. Like this detail here. I wonder if we should do the curve. So we'll make like a straight one first, and then we'll curve it around this. Just making this section's going to be... I've done it before. I just always forget how I did it. So I have it perfectly welded, like together. I've definitely done it before. We've done it in the town stores pack, I'm sure, and like some of the building sections where they had curves and then straights. It's not an easy thing to do, nice and neat and tidy. Let me just check the front as well. Okay, it does. I was like thinking like that comes out, protrudes too much, but like looking at this, it really doesn't. Okay. I want to make a cross section of this piece here. And I don't know if I want to do it by eye or I want to get a reference that will help. What would you call that? It's almost like a... It's almost like one of these. It's almost like something like that, but not. I wonder if we can find something that's kind of... I'm going to put this on the other side. We're going to have a little dive. It is kind of like this. But the bottom's like rounded rather than straight. I bet there is a technical wood making term for something like that. Ooh, it's kind of like that. It's very similar to that, actually. But this bit kind of comes out more and it's more bulbous. That's a nice cross section to probably go with. Let's probably save that one. Not in here. In our lectern reference, is that molding like that? Just call it molding. Right, before we go with that, I'm just gonna have a bit more of a look. I think we're quite satisfied with that. Or it's like one of these, but upside down. Yeah, it kind of is. Looking at it. Let's also save one of these. Called it the same bloody thing, aren't I? It's going to confuse me when I want to import it. 2. Now, would that one look nicer? Because you've got this extra bit here. I know it's not exactly the same. But it might look nicer than something like this. Further rotate. Like that. More polygons. Or less. I think we should go with this, because I like how this one droops more than this one looks a bit more like a pregnant lady or something. So let's run with this one. So we want to go on our side profile. We want to add we want to add image reference, and we want to go in our reference folder, and it's called molding. Now I'm going to shrink it to size. We want it to sit something like, I think something like that. If you can imagine. Whoop. Bigger or smaller? Bigger or smaller? I think it's slightly bigger. And then we'll see once we've modeled it out, like, if that sits well. Okay, let's just push that a bit out of the way. I'm going to add a plane. Yeah, it's 1 meter. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter for this model anyway. So with this model, you could break it up like we did with the organ. So you could like, oh, that's a trim piece, that's also a trim piece, that's also a trim piece, and then you have like your basic wood. But I don't want to do that because I I don't want to have to make like a dirt mask or something else to like add that extra bit of, you know. So I'm gonna keep it as one piece. I just hope I have enough resolution for that. I'm sure I do. I did it with the organ, but if I'm gonna be absolutely honest, I wasn't too proud of like the textile density of that one. It was fine. I don't think it's great though. I think I could have done a bit better. Okay, so we're gonna just make this piece. It should be quite straightforward. We want stop snapping. Turn off snapping. Just outlining it. I don't know why that's locked. Interesting. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Oops. Just outlining it like this. We need to put a cut line in the middle of this one. And put that into position as well. Ooh. We need to move one here. I think. Yeah, something like that. And then add another cut line in the middle of here. And move that to something like here. And hopefully when I've curved everything with the bevel, it behaves and works the way I want it to work. It's never the case though, is it? We'll find out. Let's do this big one first. This little, well, it's not big. This little nub here. It's close. Let's just move it out a bit more. Doesn't matter if I don't get it 100%, as long as it's created the impression. Then I'm pretty satisfied then if it's made the impression of what this is supposed to be. Ooh, let's weld that first. It's just like using a guide. It's just much nicer to use a guide than do it by eye. Because then at least you'll get something that looks more accurately representative of something you'd see in real life instead of something you've just kind of plucked from your head. Ooh, hello. Why is that happening? Look at that. Excuse me? Something wrong here? That's really weird. Why are you misbehaving? Let's see. Bevel, mate. Please. I done something wrong there. That's very strange. I don't know why it's doing that. It should be like this, but over there. Oh, look at that. What a mess. So we've got flip normals. For whatever reason. We can fix that. Done. She be fixed. Ooh, there we go. Close enough, huh? That nice little curve. Just need to do this top one. So it comes to about here. And maybe by 4 will be okay. Let's merge this by distance. So that just fixes up any verts that are exactly on each other. So we don't have any problems. I wonder if that's too tall for it. I mean, it's like the right bulginess. These aren't technical terms. I'm just making up words now. Bulginess. Oh, mate. I think we can crush it down slightly. Something like that. Okay. Now we have to figure out how to put it across that as a curve. This is going to be fun. I think we should put it in the center of the world first. I should get a plane. This might help when you use the curve modifier. Sometimes it just likes to be in the middle of everything before you curve it on anything, if that makes any sense. You'll see. So we'll just leave it there. I think I'm going to extract this line and then turn it into a curve so it's exactly the same. Which is really difficult to select once you've done it. There it is. Now if I convert to curve, click curve, and then use a mod. Well, I want to make a copy of this just in case I bugger something up. Let's use a curve modifier. And obviously the only curve that's on it. It's going on it. Maybe this needs to be reset. Yes, it does. Obviously, it's flipped the wrong way around. I wonder if we can do... No. How about this one? No. How about this one? No. 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 So, this one seems like it's the closest. What I'm going to do is, because it's the wrong way around, I'm going to just flip it myself. Ooh. You'd think that's just like a 180 twist. It is. But we also... Right, I'll tell you what. Turn off the curve so I can see what the hell is going on. We want it, you know, this over here. So it's going the direction we want as well. Because it's going off the wrong way. So let's move this onto this middle. Here like that. I wonder if that fixed it. Yeah. So it's trying to go around the curve like that. And if we put an array before the curve, you can see that happening. Obviously, there's not enough cut lines for it to do anything. I think... Right. I'll tell you what I need to do first, before I begin this, is I need to hang out my laundry. which is downstairs sat wet. So I'm going to pull that out and put a new load in, and I'll be back, because that is also important. My well-being is important, and I do work from home, so I sort of multitask. So I'll be right back, and we'll solve the curving issue. And it should be easy. I don't really like curves because it's kind of a headache, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how we do. Right, I'll be back in about a few minutes. So I'll leave you here with this screen, and I'll go do this now. Okay, I'm back. That took a little longer than I thought it would. Just adjust my mic here a little bit. Okay. I'm going to curve this round, don't we? I don't think I'll use an array for it. I think we'll estimate the length of it. Like so. And then add cut lines. Sorry, my phone is just popping off. I'll just leave it on this side. Okay, so we'll add cut lines in it now. Probably 64. Just see how that looks. Put the yeah, I am gonna do that. So we can only we do like one side of it. So we need to now go around like this. Tipped, which is easy. I say it's easy, it's not really easy. We can get rid of the array. We can collapse our curve. We can collapse. Well, now I'm gonna keep the mirror. I think it goes straight from about here. So we'll dissolve those. Right. Okay, we got it on the right side. I was just checking which way the mirror was flipping it. Like which way it was mirroring. Let's make sure that this is welded. Of course it will be. I don't know why it wouldn't be. We're going to take this straight section here. And we're going to mirror it across this. Now hopefully this works. I'm sure it will. It's a similar technique we did in the other stream using an empty plane axis as our origin. So I want it in this corner. We want to take this and we want to mirror. But we want to mirror it in that axis. Don't need that. We don't need it yet anyway. Okay, it's working. Such a weird angle. Why is it like that? Bear with me. Oh, okay. Maybe we just need to mirror it a different way. We do. Mirror it in the Y. Try and select our empty. Let's move it in a position where it's easier to select. We want to do a 90-degree angle. Well, 45-degree angle, I mean. I'm going to select this edge. I want to make it longer. We can trim it down afterwards. I just want to make it go past this point here because we want to do it again the other way. We also want to bisect it as well and flip the bisection. So then you have this cut line that comes on our 45-degree angle. Alright, let's see if we can do this in one. Then we'll do another mirror. Select the empty. You need to rotate it. And we want to bisect it. Look at that. So then we got that, and that, and then we'll cut the excess and straighten it, and should be good. Should be good. I say that, but looking at this, it's slightly off, isn't it? Well, that's going to be fun to, like, stitch back. That should be better. That's not on the right. I guess we can correct, like, these little bits once I've collapsed it. Let's just start cleaning it up. So we want to remove this excess. And we want to straighten this. Oops. Loop tools, flatten, view. Straighten that. We want to put this into its correct position over here. Bit of a funny angle, isn't it? Let's look at the front of it. Select all these edges. Ah, maybe it was slightly wonky, which caused that. Maybe it wasn't completely straight. Yeah, I can see it. I wonder if we can fix that. Yeah, I think we fixed it now. Because it was on like the curve, I think it wasn't completely straight, which caused a bit of weirdness. But we've corrected it. It wasn't out by much. Let's smidge that in a little bit. Just check this gap. There's a gap. I knew there'd be a gap. We want to smidge that in as well. Just slightly. Right. Now I want to combine it with this and I'll weld all these together. And hopefully we can just do it by... We'll double check it. If we could do it by distance, that'll be the easiest. And I think we did. Yeah. That's welded. See? And I think it's mirrored. Yep. Perfect. Look at that. We essentially have to do the same thing again for this middle one and for this one here. And I think that's it. I'm almost guaranteeing that this isn't solid either. I bet there's like an insert there. Or maybe we'll add that. Maybe we won't. I don't know. That doesn't look too bad. Oh, let me just... I'm going to just take off my jumper. It's quite warm in here. Just... I had some people install a new heating system yesterday, so sort of just getting used to like controlling it. It feels a lot warmer than it ever has been, which is, I guess, is a good thing. Just maybe it's working more efficiently, or I just haven't got the controls correctly on it, but whatever. Anyway, not so important. We still have our curve? We do, because we need to keep that curve, because I'd like to put it up here for the next one, which kind of just looks like a... Maybe we can just do that. I think we can just do that straight on there without using a curve. We just extrude it outwards. I think that's how we'll do that one. But then this one we'll do the same as we did with down here, which comes about there. Now I wonder... That seems almost central. Say almost central. I'll do it here. And then I'll give it a thickness. And then we'll extrude along normals. Just a little bit. Just tweak the value down here. I think we'll keep it around there as well. We might have to change that, but we'll just leave it for now. That was an easy one. Bear with me. Let me have a sip of coffee that I made as well. That just keeps me going, I think. Right. Same technique again. You can kind of see the cross section of this here. So I might use this reference and then use this edge here. Wonder if it's better in this picture. Oh, it's still a bit flipping, bit pixelated. Because I kind of like the style. I don't want to replace it with anything else. So I might just take a pic of that. Well, at least I have something to base it off. Let's get some snip. Give me my snips. Just want that. Put that in my reference folder with everything else. And then we'll take it into Blender and just sort of use it as like a rough guide. And we can add all these other pieces afterwards. There seems to be like a piece here. There seems to be a piece, this other piece here. Yeah, we'll get to that. Think. We want to go back to Blender. We want to add the image. So add image reference this molding. Shrink it till we get the size that we want. Let me have a look at my reference as well while I'm deciding the size, because that can help. I think that's like a very good thinking about it now. Yeah, okay, I'm wrong. Looking at this edge here is the wrong perspective. I mean, if it was continuing around the corner, then maybe. But yeah, it's the wrong perspective, isn't it? Because it goes in way deeper. Goes in way deeper. Not a good example then. I'm wrong. It's fine to admit when you're wrong. But I think I could still use this to kind of determine where each part comes in. And then kind of just give it some guesswork, which I don't like doing. But I think for this piece, if I want it exactly how it is, I think I kind of need to. I think we'll make it about that. Oh, just move it up. Move it up. Stupid thing. Okay. Let's try. And if it fails, we'll try something else. Alright, let's get it kind of roughly where we want to be. So this comes out to the same as here. And then it goes down. I also think it goes in slightly. And then you've got this groove here. So I'm gonna make the groove, I guess. And then come out. And then go down. This is supposed to be non-copyrighted music, but is this not? Well, we'll see what YouTube says about this music. I'm pretty sure this is Zelda, no? Whatever, it's cool. It's a cool jam. But I hope I don't get into trouble for it. Let's make this slightly thicker. Okay. Ooh, we'll see if this works. Okay. We want to bevel. Which one do we want to bevel first? I want to bevel this and this one. I selected? Yeah, I have. I want to clamp it. It is something like that. And then under here is really curved. Maybe not by that much. No, yeah, it is actually. It's kind of like this. Oh my god, is it? Kinda. Kinda seems like it's like that. And I think I missed a step on the bottom one where we needed to... Hello. Well, that's missing a face. Forgot to put your face on this morning. It's alright, we can flip these. Flip, 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 flip. Weld. Merge. Ooh, I just realised I don't have my keystrokes on. I don't know why that keeps disabling. So sorry if you wanted to see what I was pressing. Is it cast? Yeah, screencast keys. I don't know why it keeps disabling. Yeah, I press F3 to get this menu up, and you can literally search like anything that might be useful. And I usually use it for just like merging by distance and flipping. I haven't found any much other use for it, but that's just what I use it for. I did forget this step with the bottom one. I wanted to bevel these creases by weight, so we can get a nice. Oh yeah, it's on. I was thinking that looked broken, but it's not. It's because it's on a mirror, isn't it? Yeah, we just want some nice bevel lines here. And we want some nice ones in the corners as well. Do it by weight. So then when you do a weighted normal, this will look beautiful in Unreal Engine. I mean, there's something broken here, but I'll have to have a look at why that is. It's mostly okay. Yeah, there's an issue there, but we'll figure that out. Oh, let's just do this one first. So similar technique. We need to put it back in the position where that other one was. Crap, I got rid of the plane, unfortunately. Oh no, it didn't. It's there. I thought I did get rid of it. So let's set the origin to the volume. Let's put this in the middle as much as we can. Let's put it in the position it was, what the other one was anyway. Which is like this. I believe it's like this. Oops. And then reset all the transforms. Right, hold on a sec. Oh. I am a coffee addict. I'll admit that. I think it's the one thing I'd missed in the apocalypse. Oh, that just reminded me of The Last of Us Part 2. I don't need that right now. The pain. Curve, 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 curve. If you haven't played The Last of Us Part 2, it is absolutely a phenomenal... I can't even say the word. It is probably one of my favourite games of all time. It's just absolutely beautiful. in its execution. I know it's a bit controversial with its story, but I absolutely adore that they went with what they wanted to do and made what they thought was... I mean, I don't think it should exist if that story wasn't told the way it was. And just he could have just left it with one. Anyway, I won't go too deep into it because there's some people here probably have only seen the TV show and they... Yeah. I don't want to spoil anything. But I'm going to be playing the remaster for sure. Because I've played it to death already, but I'll play it again. Happily. Ooh, okay. Now we want to do just as many cut lines, I think, which was 64? 64? And... Yay! Does it look like... It does! I mean... It does, right? Yeah, I'm happy. I think the height of this is wrong, isn't it? We were supposed to lower this to accommodate that, so we might have to, like, smudge some things. Maybe? So I might have to chuck it back into Unreal Engine in a bit, double check, and just see how it feels. But I'm just going to finish off this bit here, like we did with the other bit. Technical terms: bits, pieces, bits, other bit. Oh. Just have a little bit of reflection time. We have to do what we did with the other one, so I am going to copy this just in case I bugger it up. Collapse the curve. We're going to see the point where it goes straight and then make sure it is straight this time. So remove, say, dissolve these edges. I do want to add the mirror modifier as well, like we did with the bottom one. I think it's along the Y. Flip. Right? Wrong? Wrong. Ooh, we made a nice circle though. It's this way around. It's this way around. Okay. Let's just make sure that this is straight. Ah, I see. Might have to plug that gap. But we'll do that later. So I want to extract that. Oh, we could just use the same empties we have here, so we can get rid of the mirror modifier, or we have to add a new one actually. Don't know why I got rid of that. I could have just modified it. Select this empty. It was along the Y, if I remember. Yeah, we just need to extend it out so it has enough enough to play with. So it goes off the edge. And then we want to do another mirror modifier. And we want to select this one. Flip it. Done. Okay, now we need to clean it up like we did before. There isn't much of a gap here, so I'm going to just allow for a bit more of a gap. Because I don't like how close it is to that. It does help out when we have to do some bevels in the corners and stuff. If they aren't too close to each other, because if they are too close to each other, you won't be able to get a nice wide bevel. That's if you want a wide bevel. I think I want one that's noticeable and worth it. Oh, I can't select that. Oh, I can. I'm going to flatten this again. So it's same rhythm. Okay, yeah, this might have to come out to here. And then, like, something goes underneath it. Maybe not all the way out to that. What's about there? Let's just add that to this. We need to weld everything together. And double check that it is. And it looks like it is. Add that weighted normal if we want as well. Good. Yeah. Ooh. It's looking very fancy. Very fancy lectern. Still need to model the top bit, which I measured as like 32 centimeters, whichever, if I can remember correctly. So we can just represent that with a box, some sort of box, and just rough it for now. 32 might be a bit too high, I think. It's kind of like, yeah, maybe it is a bit too high. What is it? Ooh, just gonna rough it. Bevel. Something like that. I'm just looking by eye. I'm not really doing it perfect. Just so we have a block mesh of it. So we can get the general idea. I think it's kind of like that. Ooh. Cool. We're gonna make a duplicate, which we'll use as our test. So bear with me. Oh, okay. Make a duplicate. Which Control C. Like that. Let's make a duplicate. Alright, let's collapse any modifiers we may have with our duplicate. Then just combine it together. And we'll just export that one. Back in Unreal, re-import. Maybe a little bit shorter. I don't know, it might make it look a bit too stumpy. That looks pretty... It's a very meaty lectern. I kind of like it. It's kind of asserts its dominance in this room. But I'm quite happy with the scale. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah. You know what's really funny? I think that's a grand piano in the back as well. I just like, oh, after making this, do you want me to make a piano to put here as well? Like, do you know what I'll do with the piano? If I ever make one, I'll make like a really crappy shell of a piano and just put a cloth over it. Be like, yeah, that's it, it's done. Dusty piano. Actually, that'll look quite good. I'm seriously thinking of adding like furniture with dust sheets on them, like just draping on the sides of stuff, just to give this a bit more character, because it looks quite clinical at the moment. We'll get there. We just need to get all the meat in first, which is like all the big chunks of furniture, and then it's like layer of detail, layer and layer and layer and layer and layer and layer until you build up like a nice looking environment that actually looks good in a sense. Okay. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm quite happy with it so far. You just need to add those little bits on it now. Oh, God. Right, how does it go? Need to put like a thing that goes here, which is this. I think it just goes like that. Again, I want to get my snip. I do want to take a look at this picture like that. Save it into my reference folder as well. Bumping my microphone. What do we call it? Like a wood piece, something like that. And I want to take it into Blender and put it in the correct position and build that, which is pretty easy to do. Piece. So I kind of want to put it where it would be. Something like that. And then we'll build it. Same technique. I want to use a plane. I want to rotate that 90 this way, huh? Move it inwards. Okay. Go to the edit mode. Make sure we're on X-ray so we can select all the points. And again, same technique. Just the same technique we did with the other molding pieces. So something like that. That bit in, that bit there. Okay, let's select our lines. We want that and that. We want to bevel completely. Say like 6, yeah. Merge it by distance. We want to bevel this edge as well. We want to clamp it as well. Really only by 2. Oh. Hey, not too bad. I think it's flush with this. I'm trying to see where it's flush with. It's flush with this. It's like that. And then that, it's like to here. Now how to close it properly. I'm just going to close it quite crudely for now. There we go, we got our piece like that. I'm just curious how it might might look on this side. Whether I think this like caps here, and then there's like a block of wood there. It's very difficult to kind of judge and guess based on the images. It's very difficult to judge. Just assuming. I'm just literally assuming at this point. Let's do a cut line there. Let's make it straight. Move it into position. Okay. Making the assumption this is how it goes. So I don't really have the reference material to go off of now. It's kind of like flying blind. Let's take these pieces across to this end. I would think it ends here because you don't want much in the way of the person standing in here. Something like that. Why is that? That's kind of odd. Or is it? No, it's not. It's fine. I want to put there's like a block of some sort that goes here. So I'm going to probably put two, put one there and one there. It's just as a pure, I think that's how it would look. Don't think there'll be like a whole solid piece here. Sort of an educational guess, I get. It's just seems mad to have that thick of a piece of wood. Because it might be just like a support beam. Kind of like that there. And here. Maybe they store like stuff in here. Dunno. But that's the view of this. In a way. My one seems a bit more bulbous. Like it sticks out front ways more than the real one. I think mine's a good replica, so I'm not too upset by that. Okay. I think that's all our elements. Still need to do this top bit. Still need to clean this up. I guess we have time to start the top bit. And I have a really nice side profile which I might be able to use. Sort of similar to what we were doing earlier. Let's save this image. You can't see what I'm doing. I'm just getting the reference. So we need to insert the reference into the scene. I think their one is a lot deeper or shallower or something. There's something different about it. My rough little block here is not quite the same. We'll see when we add the reference. I called it top, didn't I? Yep. Like a collage of pieces. I think if we make it the same width, then we should have no problem. Yeah, mine's just a little bit taller. It's going to be something like... Oops. It's going to be something more like that. Just thinking like, maybe I just extract these faces and then add that curve in it. So it's made of like this wood piece and then there's some side bits and then there's a... Yeah. You get the idea. Let's sort of just do that then. Let's take this section. Let's extrude it 0.015. It's pretty good thickness. Oops. Let's put it back where it was. I can hide that. This is out of my way. I need to make this curve. Fun. Making curve. Making curve. Easy. Smooth those down. Into position. Yeah. I'm telling myself, yeah. That seems about okay. We just want the line. We're going to bevel till about, well, I guess it's all of it, isn't it? I think if we clamp it. Not horrendous. Oops. Not completely horrendous. Just going to get rid of these triangles. So you want to keep it quadded. Did work. So hopefully it keeps the integrity. Yeah, it does. Cool. Then I think if we just so we got two sides of our thing, and then we just put a bit of wood on the top, bit of wood at the side, bit of wood at the front, and a bit of wood in the middle. Yeah, so our thickness was 0.015 of the wood. So if I'm just writing that on a piece of paper so we can keep the same thickness. So I'm just going to get another cube, put it up here, put it there. So that's the thickness of our wood. I think it's okay, the thickness. It's not too bad. There's one. Let's put the origin of that in the middle. Let's copy another one, put it along. Just like that, put it down. And there's like there's a top on top of it. There's a top on top. Of course there's a top on top of it. I think it's got like a bevel on the edges. It's got like a nice curve to it. It's a bit more decorative than obviously these support pieces, so we'll make that a bit different. Let's have a look at our side profile. Okay. And I want to extrude these outwards to about here. Make sure it's even. So it's even now. That's more or less it. Let's move this picture out of the way. Let's move it down there. Oops. Okay, let's select this edge. There's more of a curve here than there is underneath. So I'm going to do the top one first. It's not that much though, is it? Let's have a look. It's kind of like that. Put it on like 6. Make sure everything's welded together. Now I'm going to select the bottom and do another bevel as well to get this shape. I want to clamp it, I think. Maybe just do it by 3 though. You know what? I'm kind of mistaken here. If I have a look at this, it's way more decorative. I think what we'll do is we'll make a piece that goes around the outside of like a square. Yeah, let's do it like that. Don't like this. It was a good attempt. It might have just passed as like, yeah, that looks fine, and we can just say, yeah, that will do. I don't know. I don't really like it. It's like a bar of soap on top of it. Andy L, loving the stream as per usual. Keep it up. Great work. Thank you, mate. I don't think I've shown me modeling something from scratch. So today was like literally from scratch. I mean, I did gather some references last night, just in preparation, but that's about it. This is like raw. This is from the beginning. But you can imagine me doing something like this on the scale of something like that. Well, like, I mean, the process is almost the same, you know, just picking out elements and modeling them individually and then like combining it together and, but it's a bit more difficult when you have to like move walls and windows and whatever else. I don't know. I think props are more time consuming because you want all those little details in them, whereas like a big square building is literally just a cube. Kind of. But same process, like build it, check how it feels, check the scale, maybe run around it, just back and forth, back and forth. Anyway, I'm rambling again. We want to make this, and I think I'm gonna should I take this one? Take that one. I think this one's more or less perspective correct. Kind of. It's not exactly. Where's the save button? There it is. I just get this reference. Top detail. Something like that, we'll call it. Okay. So, oh, don't want to shrink that. We just want to move it a bit further away. Add. Again, we need to add the image, the reference image. Called it top detail. Shrink it in place. Let's put this over here. Put it almost the correct size. Okay. Just put it in the correct place as well. Maybe that'll help me. It's interesting, isn't it? How far that comes out. It's like that. But then all the way around. Okay. Again. Same technique. Same exact technique. We want our plane. Let's add plane. I can make it smaller. Let's put it like 0.5. A bit more manageable. Because it's a smaller piece. But let's put it in exactly the same. So it kind of starts from there. Go on X-ray, select this. Okay, so come out to here. It's quite a pixelated image, so it's quite difficult to see exactly what is happening. Almost imagine like there's like a lip here. Maybe we simplify this. Okay. It's not perfect, obviously, but it'll be closer to the real thing than I could ever do by eye. I think we'll just extend that just slightly than the image. 6 will probably do it. I think. I don't think, actually. Like looking at another angle of this, kind of comes out like that, rather than in like this. It's kind of like more like that. Ugh, just awful picture to go off. But let's try our best. This is definitely... Ah. Okay, I've done it again. I've broken something here. That's fine. We can fix it. Then they need to 3, flip the normals. Let's weld it all together so make sure we don't. Oh, no. Flip it back. Merge distance. Cool. Back to what we were doing. I want to make this curve here. I think it's kind of like that. Just gonna mark my edges. Bevel those, bevel here. Weight 2. Let's see how that looks shaded as well correctly. It's quite cool. I might weld it to this once it's done. So I'm going to add the cut line. And just make it one piece. One big piece. Okay. Now we have to copy it all around using the mirror modifiers and the empties again. Let's just... I'm going to steal this one instead of making a new one. Because we don't need it anymore. Get a mirror along this. It's going the wrong way. Let's bisect it. Flip it. Ooh. Okay, and then let's do the same over here. I'll just copy this one. Put it in the corner. Mirror again. From here. I want to rotate it to there. I'm not too bothered that this is going to make like a small square. Because I can just pull it along. So if I collapse them, then select these edges, pull it to where it needs to be. I think I'm going to mirror it down the middle to make sure that that's completely even. So add another mirror modifier. It's along the X, I believe. Oh. I think I got it spot on anyway. Well, just to make sure. We also want here, here, and here marked up. Hey! It's a bit unnecessary. It's a lot of geometry. But I think it looks nicer than just like a bar of soap looking thing. I think I want to merge all this together as well. So it's like one bit of wood. I'm going to mark these edges as well. What's going on there? I think this edge isn't marked, is why. Oh, that's odd. Maybe because it's not welded. No. Look at that. How strange. It must be. Must not be welded somehow. Let's just hide the bevel. Let's just... Oh, that's the weighted normal. Let's hide the bevel. Let's see what's going on here. Interesting. Ah! Maybe it's because of this. It is, isn't it? It's because of you. Let's get rid of it. Yeah, probably was because of that. Yeah, I fixed it. It was because that center line wasn't welded or it wasn't connected. I think there's a line under here we can get rid of as well. Sweet. Oh, some missing ones as well. Perfect. Look at that. Quite happy with that. Looks much better. Yeah, there's still more to be done on this. I need to put the center piece of wood in here. I'd imagine it goes slanted there and then probably straightens off at the top. I think that's how it would probably go. We also need to sort out this innards. Whether it'll have like some sort of shelf that one runs around, which is probably more likely. Or we just close it. I think we should put the shelf in. Yeah, it's quite a piece. We are coming up to 12 o'clock now, so this is almost the end of the stream. So I don't think I'm going to do much else on stream with this. I'm going to have some lunch in a bit. Don't think we need to import this back into here. This is generally the same. I think that this is just a little bit lower. Let's just walk next to it. Ooh, impressive. Yeah, it feels fine. It's a bit tight around the back. I would much prefer if that was like there was a bigger gap at the back here. Don't know if I want to modify the stage itself just to push it a bit more forward. I don't expect people to run around it anyway, but I think it would feel nicer if it was. Because characters are a bit chunky, you know? You want to be able to try and like nicely maneuver everything. Yeah. I think I'm quite happy with it. With its sides anyway. We'll see how it ends up when it's textured and everything else. There's just so much more that needs to come in here because it just still feels a bit empty. But we'll get there. Slowly as we add more and more pieces. But it's looking like, I mean, if you compare it to what it used to look like, I don't know if I've got some old pictures. There must be inside the saved folder, yeah. Be in here somewhere. Screenshots. Oh, See if it... Okay, it seems like that's crashed. Oh, there we got that one. Some really old pictures. When I first started. It's the path outside. Did all the landscaping. There you go. Where was that? It was like here. Oh my. It's quite funny, isn't it? How much that's changed. I mean, doing like a block like this and then putting characters in it just to make sure the scale is correct just really helps, because you could spend a lot of time detailing stuff and then you start walking in it and then the scale's off or something feels off, and to go back is a nightmare. So totally recommend just doing just blocks until you feel like, yeah, this could be it. Yeah, there's another perspective as well, which is something like that. Quite funny. There's another one there. I'll have to like compile these images together. Like once it's done. Yeah, I changed the door sizes as well, because I didn't like them. I think I need to fix this door. I don't know if it comes up on stream, but you can see like there's gaps. I just need to like put some faces behind the and just weld it up. There's another front one. Yeah, I couldn't decide if it was carpet or wood flooring in here. I don't think the carpet looks too bad. Oh, that's the stairwell. Which is mostly finished, the stairs are. And it's one of the back rooms. Not much has changed there. That's the doors. Some of the back rooms, the ramp. Stairs again. It's that ramp. And the lamp. Oh yeah, we did like all the railings here. I believe the railings uses a trim sheet as well. The clock. The overly detailed clock. She probably got away with just putting like a JPEG on it. And then this is more or less what it looks like today. Oh, this is chandelier in the hall. I was trying something with no, that's not even with it. Okay, never mind. I was trying to like do some path tracing renders just to see what it would look like. I think that's the path tracing one. You can tell because like the reflections look way crisper. Still the main hall, the lamp, and I put all these little ornate details in it, like here as well. I think this is more or less what it looks like now outside. And then yeah, this is what we were working on during the week. And that's as far as we've gotten of it. It's interesting to see like how far it's come. It kind of motivates me a little bit that, you know, it used to look like complete crap. I mean, I'm not to a point now where I'm 100% satisfied, but I think like it just needs more love, more work, more models, more time. which I didn't anticipate, to be honest. I anticipated to get this done before Christmas, and now it's December, and we're still doing it, and I still haven't done any of the collision work. I haven't done any cleanup, any environment stuff, any set dressing. So this might run into January, which is kind of annoying. Oh, it's cool out here. I don't know why I put the organ on the street. I just wanted to see it in sunlight. And there's some junk pieces. Yeah, there's a lot of dressing up to do. Maybe tweaking the lighting. I don't know, actually. I might just leave the lighting alone. I've touched it so many times that I'm just a bit with it. Maybe you get this like weird effect sometimes with Lumen, and you have to like correct it. It's usually because of like how much light is being injected into the scene. You get like this fizzle. So yeah, maybe I'll fix some of the lighting issues. I think I've kind of corrected it in here, but not to the point where it's absolutely perfect. I mean, it's super bright in here now, so I might want to correct that as well. Like I did in here, so it's like brighter and this is darker. Yeah, well, glad everybody can join me today. This is going to be on, well, this is going to be posted on YouTube anyway, so the recording will be saved. So if you need to watch it back, or I guess most people do watch it like after the stream is ended because of the time schedule. You know, it's morning in England, and you know all the Americans are asleep. So, but that's like, it's just my schedule. It's just what I like to do. I'd prefer to do this in the morning rather than the evening. Yeah. Cool. Andy says, pleasure as always. Thanks for the stream. No worries. Hopefully I'll do another one next week. The thing is, I've got my brother visiting me, and he's with me for a week. I think he's working as well. Like, he's working remotely. So I don't know if I'll be streaming or not. It's not so... At the moment, I haven't got a door on my office, so it's not so private to, like, be blabbering away. I feel a bit self-conscious when people start, I don't know, eavesdropping when I'm doing this. I don't mind just, like, talking down the microphone, but I think if you put me in a room in front of, like, 30 people and me trying to explain stuff... I think I'd be a bit rustier than I am on here. Yeah. So in the afternoon, I'm gonna probably continue finishing this to a point where like we can say that the model's done. And then when I come back on Monday, it's UV time, and well, high poly and UV time, and then bake. And then paint, and then import. Right. As a reminder as well, we are still on sale until December 3rd. So 30% off of all of our packs. Honestly, grab them while you can. If you want one, you know, it helps me, it supports me. I will say that this November that's just gone has been our most successful month, and I'm so ecstatic by it. I'm so humbled by it that, you know, that there's people who actually will, you know, support me in doing what I do just so I can create more content like this. It's extraordinary. I'm so grateful. I think it's the best job in the world. And I'm so grateful. I don't know how to thank everybody, but I'm really humbled by it. It's just I don't think I can do anything else with my life, to be honest, at this time. yeah, I'm going to stop being soppy and go for lunch. I hope you all have a great day and a lovely Friday. It's definitely Friday, yeah? It is Friday. Forget what days it is. I hope everyone has a great Friday and a lovely weekend. And hopefully I'll be back next week. If I'm not, it'll be the following week. We'll see. We'll see how I do. We'll see how I feel. Yeah, I'll keep posting on Twitter. So if you want to follow me, there's a link down below. There's all my links down below. But yeah, I'll post on Twitter when I go live. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one whenever I get round to doing it. But I'll make it known when I do. Let's get our end screen. Okay. See you later. Happy Friday. Have a good weekend. See you in the next one.